looking rather tired right now. I'm sorry, you guys, that like my face is a little bit out of the shot because I don't want to have my camera on me or like holding my camera while I'm, filming stuff. So I decided to use my husband's thingy to kind of like attach it. And it's not in the best place, but whatever, we're just gonna deal with it. Let's see, this morning well, first of all, it's the Friday before my MPRE exam and I'm low-key freaking out about it. It's one of those things where you spend a while studying for it, and it's exactly how I felt before the LSATs. It's like you try to focus, but you can't. And I'm not the best performer on standardized tests, and I think that I carry that with me when I go into other tests because I'm so kind of like freaked out about it because I know that I didn't do too great on it last time. But I have to remind myself that a friend of mine had actually told me, she's like, it's actually kind of normal for people to not pass it the first time around. And I'm like thinking to myself, let this be the first time that I do not do great on a law school exam, and I'm just gonna freak out. So these are the thoughts that I woke up for automatically. And already, since like next week is finals, I'm already starting to think about finals, but also to dream about them. I don't know if you guys do that, but like every time I have tests, midterms, anything, I am forever just like waking up in like this moment of panic, thinking either A, like I dreamt that I was late to my exam, B, I got my grade back and it was terrible. And now I woke up this morning frantic thinking, oh my gosh, like my test is this morning, I'm late, I'm gonna be late. But it's not even until tomorrow, and I'm like, why the heck are you even having this dream? Like, what the heck is wrong with you, Mia? So since I was up and I had a surge of adrenaline, whether that be intentional or not, I was like, hey, I might as well go use that to my benefit. So I'm gonna drive down to the trail right now and go for a run and see if that kind of like relaxes me. Maybe just a little bit would be nice. I'm trying to look forward to next Friday, a week from today. I'll be completely 100% halfway done with law school. And then next term when I start up, I'm taking 18 credits. So I'm going to take you guys along with that, which is going to be really fun. I get to work with the Innocence Project. That's really exciting. So yeah, I'm just excited for everything that's going to happen. So it's like, I need to get this part figured out of the way, and then I'm going to kill it for 2 weeks, relaxing. But also, like, I wanted to go run this morning because last night when my husband and I we were sitting on the couch, like we heard a noise and we didn't realize that it was the humane like rat trap thing that I have. So I have to take the little guy with me to Municipal and let him off there by the pond in the woods, and he's gonna love it. So, because apparently when I was letting them off into the backyard, like into the field, they were running back into the house because I'm an idiot and didn't realize that they do that. And I was like, oh, they want to be back outside in the wild, right? No, they want to be in your house chewing holes into your concrete. Or is it sheetrock? Sheetrock is what it is? I don't know, whatever. But, yeah, so we're gonna get this run on the way, and then we're gonna spend the rest of the day studying.
Stop. Stop.
Whew. Hey guys, so I took my MPREs yesterday and I didn't end up coming on here and vlogging because I had like a little bit of a moment, and I kind of I had I don't want to call it like a breakdown moment, but man, I don't know what it is with those tests that just like pull every sort of like insecurity out of me. And usually like I don't like showing my vulnerability to people. I feel like with law school, like it kind of is a very competitive program. And it's like, you don't want people to think that you're weak. Like, I don't know if, like, maybe that's just me. Maybe anyone watching this, like, that's in law school can relate to it. But it's like, you don't really talk about stuff. I feel like it's like when people ask you who you voted for, you don't really talk about it. So it's kind of like with law school, like even with grades, like you don't really like want to talk about stuff like that because it's like you worry that, people might see you as maybe not an equal or, like it's just such like a hectic environment that like when you go into it you want to always do your best. And so when you come out of something feeling like that might not have been the case after you've spent hour after hour, day after day, weeks like preparing for something, and then the moment finally comes and it falls in your mind. Like, I mean, we all know that, like, with test anxiety, like, we're like, oh my gosh, I did horrible. And then you end up doing really great, which is always like very awesome. But, yesterday, like, after I took the test, because I know that, like, the last time I was on here, I was talking about, going for a run because, like, I woke up with test anxiety. And I don't know what it is. Like, before midterms and before finals, like, I have nightmares. Like, and when I say nightmares, like, I don't mean, like, the kind of spooky, scary ones. But it's like the ones where like I'm late to class or I missed my final or it's like for some reason like I'm trying so hard to get somewhere on time and I just can't. Like there are nightmares like that. It's like that anxiety sets in. So it's like even if I'm not feeling it at the time, like it comes through subconsciously in my dreams. And so yesterday was just kind of like one of those days that it didn't feel right. It felt off, like I woke up in the morning and I was thinking about my picture requirements, which is something that you have to do. You have to have like a 2x2 photo. My photo was a little bit over and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, and this is how my anxiety works, guys. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get to the test center. They're gonna tell me you can't take the test because your photo is like a little bit too large. Oh my gosh, I need to go fix it. So what do I do? An hour and a half before my test starts, I drive around. I go to Walmart first. Don't you know their kiosk doesn't open until 9 a.m.? My test starts at 8:30. Crap. So I'm like running out of Walmart, driving to Walgreens, waiting for them to open at 8. Can't get the picture printed. So I'm like, okay, I'm literally where I am, where I started an hour and a half ago, except I allowed my anxiety to pull me like and do these rash things. So it's like, I kind of sat there and I thought about it and I was like, you really need to like quit. It's like I let my anxiety sometimes and my like need to control things like it's gotten a lot worse like since I've been in law school, like my incessant need to just like control everything and like I need to get the best grades. I need to make sure I'm studying at least 5, 6, 8 hours a day. Like I need to like it can drive you crazy. So yesterday, like when I finally, got to the test center, my photo was okay. Go figure. Like I could have spent that hour and a half that I like wasted driving around. I could have been studying. And once I sit there and I open the test, it's the same anxiety that I felt like when I took my LSATs. Standardized tests aren't my friends. I can kill a law school final, but there's something about standardized tests that just throw me off. I wish I knew, but I don't. So, sitting through it's not like a hard test compared to a law school test. It's nothing, like because it's only 2 hours and it's 60 multiple choice questions. That's nothing. Like for us, like we're literally writing in law school exams, probably answering like 30 multiple choice questions and then writing out 2 essays. And you take up almost 3 hours of time if you're working. Like some people work a lot faster. I usually try to not necessarily use the full time, but like I'll go through at a normal speed, answer every multiple choice question, do that. And then like I'll always go back and check my answers. So I don't rush myself. Like I don't try to get done early at all. I try to just stay like on it, whatever. So I mean, in that sense, like it's not like a difficult test. Like as far as like it was like excruciating, it was grueling. It wasn't that bad. It was just the kind of questions and the way that it made my mind work. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like you can feel so prepared, and then you sit down in front of the test and you feel like you have never seen this material before. And that moment for me when I got out of that test, like, was the most sobering, awful feeling, and I haven't felt that feeling since I took my last LSAT. So, I mean, where my mind goes, like, because I am such a perfectionist, like, I I started letting my mind just go to all these places. Like, it just spiraled, and I can't let it get me to that place because like, it's, see, that's like, I don't even know what to say, like, because it affects me. It affects me a lot. And I hope that, I'm just in my head right now, and that I passed, and that I did great, and that, you know what I mean, all this. But it's like, I don't even know the score yet. I was literally like, crying, like, when I got home and saw my husband yesterday. Like, literally, as soon as I walked through the door, I put my keys down and I just bawled, like, lost it. Not as bad as like when I took the LSATs, but I mean, like, I just cried because I was like, I hate feeling like that out of control feeling, like that maybe I didn't do my best. And that to me is like a very debilitating feeling. So I know this little like segment takes forever, but like I had to just kind of talk about that. But I'm going to go to church today because I really need some of that positive vibe in my life, and I need to focus on what's important, and I need to pick myself back up. And just, I have another final tomorrow. For on the same topic like that I took on Saturday, so the test and the class actually like coincide. So I mean, I've pretty much studied for it, but I want to make sure it's like in my head because I don't want to have a repeat of yesterday. So I'm gonna do that. So study when I get home from church, and I have one final tomorrow. I have one on Wednesday, and I have two on Thursday. Then I am taking off to New York for 2 weeks, and hopefully I can focus on just relaxing, which that's probably never gonna happen. So sorry, this little portion was kind of depressing, but just had to talk about it. Hello again. Just checking in with you guys. So right now, sorry I'm talking so low. For some reason, my neighbor's dog next door, like whenever it hears me talking, because like its yard is right next to my office window, it starts barking like a maniac. So I just don't want to talk too loud and wake him up. So I went to church today, and it was really good. I always feel like on days when I'm like, no, like I shouldn't go, like I need to stay home, I need to study. It's like I feel like I shouldn't get like too busy, you know what I mean, to go to church, like, because every time I go it's always such like a refreshing like feeling, and it recharges my batteries, and I'm just glad I went today. It was a really good message. And yeah, the dog's freaking out now. So yeah, so right now I've just been kind of like reviewing my outlines, doing my flashcards. I'm feeling a lot better after going to church, focusing on like what's important, and just kind of recharging my mind and getting ready to jump back into it, and focusing on like, getting this week done, like doing my best, and just getting it done. I mean, I don't know really what else to say. Like, I just want to like focus on it. Like around finals, like I tend to get like really dumb, like as much as that, like it's so contradicting because like you're studying so much information, you kind of can't have like a normal conversation unless it involves like what you're studying. So law students, you guys will be able to relate to what I'm saying. So I don't know what just happened, but my phone cut off. So pretty much I'll take that as a sign from the universe that I need to get back to work. But yeah, just like a quick note, this is what I've been studying all day, and I'm almost done. So I think I'm going to finish this up, probably take a little nap, and then get back up and do it all over again. And then tomorrow morning I'm going to get up probably around 5 with my final at 9, and study like heck before it starts. So that's kind of a glimpse into my day, and I'll make sure to check in with you guys. So here I am, still study mode, but I wanted to show you guys this awesome thing that I figured out how to do. So I am gluten intolerant. So I found this panko stuff at the dollar store, and I was able to blend up the panko stuff like in my Vitamix, which made it like into like a thin powder like flour. And I kind of I put egg on like you call it string cheese. So I cut the string cheese in half, put egg on it, dipped it in this flour mixture, and I put like onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, stuff like that, like in the flour, and then I froze the stuff, and then I baked it, and now I have my own little gluten-free mozzarella sticks, which I'm low-key obsessed. So I needed some sort of food while I was studying. So it is around 5 o'clock right now, and I have a long way to go, but I just wanted to chime in and show you guys what I made for a little snack. So this is a look indeed right now. I'm telling you, if you ever want any sort of volume to your hair, make sure you just like wash it, blow dry it, throw it up in a bun, sleep in it, and then try to take it down in the morning, and this is what you're gonna get. So it is Wednesday morning right now. The last time I filmed, I think it was like Monday. No, it was Sunday. I think I was studying and getting ready for my final on Monday. So that went well. I think actually like going back and like reviewing a little bit of the information, I think that I messed up one question. But I think overall it went great. There wasn't like anything that I was looking at thinking, wow, I really don't know this. Since it was based on the model rules, like you got multiple choice, and then you had fact patterns that you had to kind of read through and address like the model rule violation that would have come into play, or the question of law, or something like that. So that went really well. This morning it's actually about, let's see, 5:30 right now. My exam isn't until 9, but my kind of test plan that I always do is I always kind of get up in the morning, make myself like a strong cup of coffee or 4 cups, and I review my notes. Like at this point, I've been like studying so much. I'm kind of like, can this just be over already? Like I'm sick of looking at this stuff. So that's what I'm doing right now, and having a light breakfast. I don't know if you guys have ever had these. They're marble chocolate covered espresso beans. I got them from Walmart, and these things have pretty much been like my meal for the last like, I don't know, 3 days. So pretty much I'm having those for breakfast. I don't necessarily recommend it because it's probably not like kosher. I don't know. And then just coffee, reviewing my outlines right now, doing my note cards, and just kind of cementing everything in my head. Right now at this point, I'm kind of just, I'm ready to be done. Like I'm ready to, like my husband's already in New York right now, and so literally he's just waiting on me. So after today, I have to prepare for 2 finals tomorrow. I have one in the morning at 9, and then the other one's at 2. So, I mean, usually they're like, don't take 2 in one day, but I mean, I didn't really want to like reschedule it for another day. So I'm kind of just sucking it up and biting the bullet. Just because like, I just want to be done. And I feel like at this point in the term, if you've been consistently reviewing your outlines, studying, you know, either you know it or you don't. So why kind of push it or whatever? And not to mention, like, I'm that weirdo on, like finals mornings that's like chock full of like energy. Like I'm so pumped to just like be done and like move on to the next thing. And like I have 5 more classes waiting for me next term, plus my clinic. So I'm ready to, you know, take a break and then like take on a new thing. Not to mention, I love that it's the fall time coming. So that has me amped too. There's just so much stuff to be excited for right now. And I just realized that I split my lip. I don't know how the heck that even happened. So I'm gonna have to do something with this mop of a hair. Probably just put some dry shampoo in it. Maybe I should probably brush it, perhaps, but we'll see. It's finals time. No one really cares what you look like. So I'm gonna get to doing some finalizing, cementing stuff in my brain, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Oh my gosh. So this hair right here is the reality of law school right now. So yeah, I literally just woke up from a nap. So I had my Civ Pro final this morning. Oh, my hair is looking crazy. I had my Civ Pro final this morning, and oh my gosh, like I did multiple choice. I was feeling good, and then I went on to the essay portion, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So literally, it was like pure like a laziness feeling on my part, like because I told you guys this morning that I was totally just feeling like over it. So like by the time I got to like this question, like I knew what the answer was, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is gonna be such a long analysis. Like I don't want to type this out. Obviously, I ended up typing it out, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so like over this. But so I mean, it went pretty well. I'm excited so far. So 2 down, 2 to go. The nap that I took earlier, literally, I was so like deep in sleep, like it knocked me in the next century. Like that's literally what I feel like. Like I feel like I woke up in a different universe or something. I think my brain was definitely tired. So I took my exam this morning, actually took the full time to do it, which is 2 hours and 45 minutes. Took a nap, had to run a couple errands after, like dropped off some stuff at the library, and then I went to my bank and came home, had a snack, and then I was just like, well, I have a lot of studying to get done tonight, so I better take a nap. So took a nap, and here I am. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing the rest of the day. I'm actually watching this awesome show on Netflix too. It's called I'm a Killer. And I have always been like intrigued by the death penalty. That probably sounds really weird for some people, but growing up in Texas, you hear about it a lot. So this show actually is based on a lot of inmates from or on death row, and they talk about their stories about like the murder that essentially got them in there, how long they've been on death row for. Come to find out, some of them, their sentences have been was it commuted, I think is the correct term for it. I should know these things, but there are terms like commuted from like death row to like life in prison. And so it's just fun to watch, fun to like with that too, like hearing about their ongoing cases. I'm able to also study for Crim Pro, which is criminal procedure. That's the final that I have tomorrow morning. And then at 2 is my last one, and then I get to come home, shake it off, and head to New York to see my family. You guys have no idea how excited I am for a break. So honestly, I don't even have time to feel stressed. If anything, I feel excited to get it over with. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm that weirdo. Like, I just love like the end of the term and getting ready and getting to show off your stuff, everything that you've learned. So I'm going to start studying, probably put on that show in the background, review my outlines, and yeah, probably get this video uploaded too so you guys have something to watch. I'll see you soon.